Hear me, kin gathered close by the hearth's glow. What shadows fall upon our bloodline when the young wedded ones turn from the cradle, murmuring of paths left unguarded and flocks scattered by unseen winds?
In the hour of planting, when hands are needed most, will empty arms weaken the furrow and let the wild grasses claim our fields?
Listen well, for the elder's eye has seen such turning away ripple like a stone cast into still waters, from hearth to distant boundary.
At the hearth that first dusk, the young pair sat with faces turned to the embers, their voices low as winter wind. No babe shall warm this circle, they declared, eyes fixed on tales of young ones straying from the flock at riverbank, never to add their laughter to the evening song.
The elder nodded silent, watching the fire sputter low for want of gathered twigs the first small break, where once small hands would have fetched and stacked them high.
Who tends the flame when the cradle lies idle, kin?
By dawn, the household labor faltered. The man alone shouldered the plow, while she wove nets too thin for the season's catch.
Out to the fields by rising sun, the untended rows stretched weary under the sun's climb.
Where two strong arms once turned soil with a third in sling, now weeds choked the shoots, and the harvest promise thinned like milk gone sour.
Neighbor kin from nearby steadings pause their own toil, calling across the fence. Share your yoke with us today? But trust frayed at the edges, the young pair's hearth gave little in return, their stores meager from hands undivided on kin tasks.
Reciprocity bent like a sapling in storm who shares seed corn when the giver's bin echoes empty.
Days turned to weeks, and the field yielded baskets half full, forcing the household to trade tools at the crossroads merchant house for meager grain.
By the riverbank at full moon's tide, the youth of the settlement gathered to mend communal nets, voices rising in old rhythms.
Yet our young pair lingered back, whispering still of currents that swallow the unwary young, leaving circles short one song.
The nets tore wider that night, fish slipping through gaps where fresh eyes should have mended.
Elders from steadings roundabout shook heads, their own young weary from double labor.
Skill transmission faltered like a forgotten loom. Who learns the knot when fear keeps hands from the weave?
Seasons wheeled on, the river's bounty dwindled for all, storehouses at the settlement's heart growing light as autumn leaves.
In the council circle under ancient oak, as harvest waned to frost, distant stewards from beyond the boundaries spoke of shared watches against wandering beasts.
But our kin's voice rang hollow, thinned by the hearth's empty cradle, no new blood to stand firm at the edge.
Youth from other households shouldered the burden alone, paths to pastures grown faint from untrodden steps.
Trust cracked like dry earth, whispers spread of outsiders bartered through unchecked gates, drawing eyes to unguarded herds.
What strength holds the circle when lineages send no heirs to guard the line?
Winters deepened, pastures lay fallow, milk beasts strayed, and the settlement's edge blurred into wild wood.
At the burial grounds comes spring's thaw, years now woven into the tale. Elders of old steadings rested with fewer mourners, steps marking the path.
Our household's young pair, graying without heirs, watched kin networks drift like smoke fields reclaimed by bramble, workshops silent with tools rusting idle.
Children from stronger bloodlines passed by, their own young tending new plots, voices strong in the air.
But here, reciprocity lay broken. No young hands to ease the elders' final labors, no skill passed to warm future hearths.
Who stewards the land when the bloodline thins to whispers?
Hear the elder's final word. Kin at this hearth's enduring flame, if such turning from the cradle endures, households fracture like untended clay. Elders sit chill by cold ashes with no young to fetch fuel. Hungry young of neighbor kin strain under doubled yokes while our own fields turn to thicket.
Trust dissolves in the wind. Reciprocity starves the shared bin. Skills fade like paths overgrown, and lineages end in silence. No voices to circle the fire, no hands to turn the soil, no blood to carry the old songs through endless seasons.
Turn back to the cradle's duty, kin, lest the wild claim all we have wrought.
Hear the echo of ancient voices stirring deep in your breast, kin drawn near the flickering light, and let that warmth spill forth like seed cast upon ready earth. Whisper it to the winds, weave it into the communal weave, and stand firm as its guardian in the gathering.
Every murmur that bridges one soul to another bolsters the ancient chain of seeking, nourishing the tireless toil of wisdom that binds the ages one to the next.
Let your tongue join the chorus around the shared flame, sustaining the quest for hidden truths that probe not just the hidden folds of the spirit, but the woven fates of the lands and legacies handed down through shadowed veils.
Etch your signs upon the common scrolls, or in the quiet spaces of thought, and tread the trails our forebears blazed back to the wellsprings of knowing.
Remember, by holding fast to this sacred labor, you feed its enduring pulse, and the counsel of those who came before flows unbroken through the turning of the years.